Hello, everybody. Right, I've just heard the news that Nigeria has unfortunately lost the top spot back to South Africa as the richest country in Africa. It is no longer the richest country in Africa. That has gone back to South Africa. Obviously, nearly 2 years ago, Nigeria was taken that away from South Africa. Was earning over 500 billion. It's now dropped down to 292 billion. South Africa is 302 billion. There isn't that much of a difference, but unfortunately, this has happened during the year of the so-called new Nigerian government led by Mr. Buhari or whatever you call him. I said that this kind of thing, this was going to happen to my friends. If this guy was to be let in, he's already been let in once before, and now we are back on the back foot again. Everybody was, certainly the opponents of the Jonathan government, were shouting and screaming that, it's a corrupt government. It was this and it was that, and it wasn't. They weren't being good Nigerians. Yet, when he was in, the actual economy was doing very well. He was bringing investment in. He was, showing. Companies were showing that, feeling that they could, trade with Nigeria. This guy here comes along, gets into power by, making up all sorts of nonsense story of the Jonathan government, and what do we have? Instead of being at 500 billion, it was now dropped down to 292 billion. The economy is supposed to be moving forward, not backwards. There are problems, we know that, and we're trying to give this guy a chance. But he's been in a year now. He's been in a year, and the economy's gone backwards. What does that say to you? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's been in twice now, and now he's come back again. And this is what Nigeria is expected to face. I've already seen apparently a commentator who is supposedly an online commentator on it is already stating that he would like to apologise to the people who he had sort of shouted at and said, look, you need to vote for this guy. This guy's for the good of Nigeria. He is now totally disappointed with this government and would like to apologise for telling people to vote for him. Too bloody late, mate. Fucking shit has already hit the fan. The horse is fucking bolted. What's going to happen now in the next 3 years of this guy? More than likely it will carry on going down the toilet, and more than likely his cronies and all these fucking wankers will start digging more and more deeply into taking money out of Nigeria, and before you know it, he'll probably get another second term without any problem. It's as simple as that. This government is already shown itself to be complete and total shit, in its inability to be able to run a massive economy like Nigeria. It's a real shame. I just don't understand why this had to happen. But what do you say? This is the problem. The North does not want the South to rule under any circumstances. It must always be their own people. It must always be a Muslim that runs Nigeria. But Nigeria is a country made of Christians and Muslim, half and half. And the South needs to be. We've got some very unbelievably good quality intellectual people who could, from the South, that can run Nigeria. Jonathan was one of those examples of those people. who ran Nigeria for all this period of time and did very, very well with it. Now it's been handed over to a complete and total tosser who's now putting the country, taking it down the toilet. This is unacceptable. This is not good. So for me, I was elated, a few years ago when I did my first video about how it was great pride. Felt great pride. Now I'm just feeling a bit embarrassed at seeing what's happened to Nigeria now. I just hope it can get itself out of the shit that it's in at the moment. But unfortunately, we've got 3 more years of this demented muppet to go. So basically, I'm not happy. But there you go. That's life.